I get the same grades or even better grades than the nerds who study all the time. I don't really like studying, and I don't study that much. I'm Martin, and I never got a worse grade than a B at the end of the school year, and my parents never really see me studying. That is what I do. I try to optimize the best way to study, or, techniques, so that I don't have to spend a load of time while still maintaining the high grades. Now, this is what I do. First of all, I improve my memory retention. So that means that I, first of all, pay attention in class. That is the most obvious thing. But it also saves me the most time when I'm at home and I don't have to spend time repeating it again and again. I just learn it inside the classroom, and then it stays with me in my head. Another thing is having a good routine and lifestyle. With the lifestyle, you want to get enough sleep so that the memory actually stays in your brain for activity you want to move. It doesn't matter really what you do, if you go to the gym, if you just go for a walk, or if you play sports. Doesn't really matter. You need to move. Diet, cut out the sugary foods, and that's it. Whatever you know you shouldn't be eating, don't eat it. It is that simple. You don't need no keto diet or just some random stuff. Just cut out the things that you know you shouldn't be eating. Also, drink enough water. And whenever you're studying, try to get the most freshest air, because actually the quality of the air also makes you smarter. For the routine, you want to stop doing whatever you are doing right now for studying. Most people study by just reading the notes they took in the class. That is not necessarily a wrong approach for studying, but it is an efficient one. What you actually want to do is to take the notes and transform them into a bunch of questions. And then when you wake up every single morning, you go down to your work table and you just fill the tests out. As if you were writing a test in school, you write it every single morning. Or whenever you need to prepare for a test, you do this. And trust me, you will not need to be doing whatever you're doing right now. It will stay in your brain. If you repeat it enough times, consistently, trust me, it just will work. If you are interested in finding out how to actually get the better grades than the nerds and study less and even more stuff, go to the link in the description. I've created a course for people just like you and me who are tired of studying, who don't want to waste time just mindlessly looking through stuff we don't even care about, and we still want to get a good grade, don't get me wrong. We just don't want to spend the time necessary. That's for people like you. So go ahead and check it out right now. It's the first link in the description. The next strategy to basically outsmart the nerds is to gather information. You need to always know and always have some kind of intuition when a test is coming, what is going to be on that test. If you don't, you cannot really use this method. Or you can, but you will need to do this every single day. I'm more on the lazier side, so I don't like to practice for a test 2 weeks in advance, alright? Few days is way more than enough. If you want to do that, or you practice every day, cool. You can skip this gathering info step. If you don't want to do that, if you want to be even more lazy, you do this. You firstly start networking. You have your classmates, which are your friends. If you don't have friends, start making friends. These people are going to give you whatever you need whenever you are missing classes. This is important. If you are not present in school and the teacher says, oh, we will write test this time at this date, you need to know about it. They will tell you. Now, the even more important thing is to contact the parallel classes, So you have, on your same year, you have multiple classes, and some classes have the same subjects with the same teachers as yours. Obviously, you cannot have the subjects you cannot have them at once. So obviously some subjects one class will have earlier than the other. If you have the same teachers, they will write tests before you, and you will know exactly what is on the test. Can you see how powerful that is? So yeah, just start networking with not only your friends, obviously, that's obvious, but also with the parallel classes, since they are going to help you so much, and you will help them back. So it is, valuable for both of the parties. The next part is to basically take notes. Obviously, take notes on everything that the teacher says. If the teacher says, oh, we might be writing test here from this, or expect a test, write it down. Start predicting, bro. When you start predicting tests, you will never be caught off guard, because sometimes it happens that the teacher doesn't say that you're going to be writing a test and you didn't prepare because you were lazy. You're going to get an F, most likely. Obviously, this doesn't happen a lot of times, but if you predict that you are maybe going to be writing a test, and you start preparing for it in advance, even with the false prediction when you aren't going to be writing a test, it is still very helpful. So please, take notes of everything that the teacher says, and also start predicting, since it is very powerful, man. The last thing is to cut out the fake productivity. When you're kind of bored and you want to do something for school, but not necessarily, you don't want to make yourself think too hard, you will just grab a highlighter and start highlighting notes. Don't do that, bro. Stop doing that. If you want to do something, do whatever I said, bro. Do the practice tests. That has the highest ROI, return on investment. So whenever you are doing something for school, ask yourself, does this give me the highest ROI, or more specifically, would me doing this improve the final score on the test? If no, skip it. If it's still important, yeah, do it, or you can even outsource it, but bro, please, if it doesn't directly improve your score, just cut it out. It will save you so much time and headache and brain energy. Now, like I've said before, if you want to see even more of this type of content, go to the link in the description and check out the course that I made just for people like you and me. Also subscribe, since I have already given you value.